Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent, teaching instructor with Internal Revenue Service. From time to time, I do certain videos that get a lot of views. It all depends how much inside stuff I want to reveal to you as a former agent. I do try to reveal everything. That's why you need to give me a subscription. I tell you some really cool stuff. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 41 years. I've been on most all major news stations. Just go to my my website at 777irs.com, and you'll go ahead and you'll learn all about me. I was a revenue officer, and I've worked well over 10,000 cases. So how does IRS know you have unreported income? Boy, this is big. A lot of people love to ask me this. You know they're hiding money. Some are just inquisitive. Some are hiding money. Some are hiding money. Some just want to know. Some maybe want to push the envelope and want to know. So if I was still at IRS, how would I find out you're hiding income? Well, there's ways so you can never really tell. There's a lot of people in the gig economy that you really can't tell, but there's just certain signs. The obvious sign is you pull up the bank account. That's the obvious. That's not the big aha here. It just really isn't. The big aha is, well, first of all, if I'm looking at your account as an agent, I'm going to pull up your bank statements and say, let's say you have $100,000 worth of deposits. Show me $100,000 worth of income on your tax returns. If not, show me if you got loans. Show me however you got this 100. Was it an insurance claim? Was it a death benefit? What the hell happened? How'd you get 100? If you don't have 100,000 in income, tell me. But the big thing is really the cost of living. Cost of living usually nails everybody. So here's how we generally figure out a cost of living. If I back in my IRS days, I would attribute a 28 to 32% for rent or housing and utility housing. That area would be so if you, in other words, if you made if you had spent $2,000 on your rent or mortgage and utilities, the other 80% would be for all ancillary other things. That's how that usually worked. Let's say I even gave it a third. So your housing and utilities are a third, then 66% goes for everything else. It would go for food, it would go for insurance, it'd buy for all the stuff, the internet purchases, the marketing, just all the range of stuff. So at the worst, you've got 1/3 for housing, 2/3 for everything else. That's generally how it works. So if I look at your tax return and I put it together and your bank statements show really low, your cost of living is really high, and you're not showing the income, all those things just kind of add up to a form for an agent, and they'll come up whether you have unreported income. Is any one way to absolutely fool IRS? Well, you can always fool IRS. Usually at some point in time there is a crack in the armor. Sometimes you have to give your financial statement to institutions, whether maybe it is to get phones for contracts, or you want to buy a house, you want a mortgage, you want to join something, you have to give a financial statement. Always remember this: IRS has the right to summons and subpoena the information that you gave to third parties, and right there it'll show how much income you made. Other people jack up their 1040 and they amend the return just to show they went ahead and they got a loan by showing they had a spike in income. Remember, no matter what you try to do, IRS at some point will kind of infiltrate that. But remember, unreported income usually goes to bank account and cost of living. The cost of living is usually where IRS nails you. Anyway, you want more tips, just go ahead, join my channel. I tell you what I can. Report your income, you never have a problem. Give me a subscription.